When I first began investing in real estate, most people recommended that I start with single-family homes. They claimed those were great investments with the strongest growth potential. But there's another asset class that's currently one of the hottest yet most overlooked opportunities out there: mobile home parks. Now I know what you're thinking. Trailer parks? You can make money investing in double wides? Oh yeah, which is exactly what we're going to get into in this video. If you're new here, I'm Dr. Jeff Anzalone, a periodontist that's on a mission to get you out of the rat race with passive income creation. You can download the passive income guide I put together for you below this video. Did you know that there's roughly 22 million people in the U.S. currently living in mobile home or manufactured home communities? Manufacturing housing ranks among the country's largest sources of unsubsidized affordable housing. And the 5 states with the highest number of mobile home out there are my state, Louisiana, Alabama, Florida, Texas, and North Carolina. So the question remains, are mobile homes a good investment? Now, with some of the lowest cost, less tenant turnover, and little competition among investors, let's find out. Let's take a look at some of the really big mobile home park players. So lately, some of these really big people in private equity groups, they're getting into the mobile home space. You've probably heard in the news about Blackstone. They actually announced not that long ago, they're significantly increasing their mobile home investments, and they've bought over 40 properties from Summit counties. Now this particular purchase is going to help further expand their footprint into Florida and Arizona. Next is Mr. Sam Zell. He's actually known as one of America's most successful real estate investors. He actually sold off most of his office space and apartment buildings a few years ago. He's now focused on owning and operating mobile home parks. At this time, it's 156,000 and counting. And who can forget Warren Buffett? Mr. Buffett and his company, Berkshire Hathaway, are also another big player in the mobile home space. In 2003, they acquired Clayton Homes for $1.7 billion and are now positioned to build about 25% of the mobile homes manufactured currently in the U.S. Both Berkshire and Clayton also provide some of the most innovative financing options for parks and individuals. Berkshire's 21st Mortgage provides individual buyers of both new and used mobile homes with a great financing option. Now, when the pandemic aggravated the affordable housing crisis, mobile home parks proved to be both a viable housing alternative and safe and stable investment option. Recent studies show that with the economic future of America in question, mobile home parks are perfectly positioned to harness the power of a declining U.S. economy. Which leads us to the next question. Are mobile homes actually considered real estate? Now, the land a mobile home resides on is real estate, yet in some instances, the home itself can be considered something called personal property, which leads us into the next comparison: personal property versus real property. So typically the state a mobile home actually resides in, they're the ones that determine whether it's a real property or personal property. Usually if the mobile home owner rents the land, so if the mobile home owner rents the land that it's owned, it's considered personal property. On the other hand, if the individual owns both the mobile home and the land, it's considered real property. Now, why is this important? Well, actually it's important because the IRS considers mobile homes used as rentals as real property, okay? Therefore, they follow the same 27.5-year depreciation schedule as other residential rentals. So what are the three main mobile home sizes? Well, probably one that you're most familiar with is a single wide. Now these single wides they're actually less than 18 feet in width, and they're no longer than 90 feet in length. And typically the average size is 14 feet by 60 feet. Double wides are actually made of two different sections they put together. They average anywhere from 24 to 28 feet in width, no longer than 90 feet in length. The average size is typically 24 by 60. And then you've got the triple wide, which is homes that are made up of three different sections, which are actually put together whenever the home is, the final location that the home is supposed to be in. They're less common than the other two type. Actually, I don't think I've ever seen a triple wide, and I live in Louisiana. So how does this mobile home park investing work? Well, there's two main ways that you can get into this. The first one is this. The owner, the mobile home owner, places the mobile home on land that you own, and then you're able to charge them lot rent. The second way is you own both the mobile home and the lot. So, so you own the mobile home and the home site that it sits on. So in this case, you can actually charge the tenant rent plus lot rent. Now, lot rent is what mobile home owners pay for the piece of land it sits on. Now, it typically includes water, sewer, and use of the private road and common areas. Another scenario would be that you own a mobile home located in a manufactured home park that you do not own. In this case, you're going to be the one responsible for paying the mobile home park owner the lot rent. Let's look at the 7 pros of mobile home investing. The first one is it's very affordable. Now, the best thing that makes mobile homes is very attractive is the cost. Because they're mass produced, they cost much less when compared to other property types, such as a traditional home or even renting an apartment. Occasionally, investors can buy used mobile homes for under 10 grand or much less, so the owners can get out of paying their basically the lot rent. This low cost of purchasing one makes it easier for some people to start investing in real estate. Number 2, lower maintenance costs and repairs. Now, unless you own the mobile home, your tenants are going to be responsible for repairs and maintenance. Typically, these costs, when you compare them to single family homes, are much less. Number 3, you have more luxury options. That's right, luxury options. Due to the low cost of owning a mobile home, occasionally you can actually splurge on luxury items such as hardwood flooring, granite countertops, and upgraded fixtures. These upgrades will allow you to charge more when you rent out these homes. Number 4, you can expect a higher return on investment. Due to the fact that purchasing a mobile home is much lower than the other home types, the potential ROI is high. Number 5, high demand. As inflation continues to go up and with more and more people downsizing, there's now an increased demand for affordable homes, especially, you guessed it, mobile homes. Now, because of this, they can be an instant cash flow property if you decide to rent them out. Number 6, lower tenant turnover. Typically, mobile homes have a much lower tenant turnover rate when you compare them to apartments, single-family homes, and multifamily homes. So this is typically due to their lower cost compared to the different property types that we just mentioned, plus they're cheaper to maintain. And last but not least, lower competition. While not being new, mobile home investing is still unheard of by many out there that invest in real estate. This limited competition means more opportunities for you and for others that buy and invest in them. Now, whenever you have pros at some things, you also are going to have the cons. So let's take a look at the 5 main cons of mobile home investing. The first one is the negative stigma that comes along with it. So when you first think about mobile home parks, what comes to mind? Trailer parks? Well, this negative image of being housing only for the poor makes them be seen as if they're maybe dangerous to live in or invest in. Now, this attitude could actually make finding tenants difficult. Second con is lack of appreciation. Now, one of the main reasons many investors, including myself, get into real estate is due to the fact that it continues to appreciate or go up over time. Even if it doesn't have much appreciation, typically real estate, it rarely loses value over time. Well, this isn't the case for mobile homes. They're similar to a car or a cell phone. As soon as you buy it, guess what? The value starts to go down as soon as it's purchased. Even after you rehab a mobile home, you'll rarely ever sell one for what you've actually put into it. Because of this, you have to remember, renting mobile homes is all about the cash flow. Third con is quick depreciation. Mobile homes typically depreciate faster than traditional single-family homes. While this is good news from a tax perspective, it's actually bad news for your resale value. The fourth con is need for land. Now, if you're wanting to invest in mobile homes, you either must purchase or lease the land it's going to reside on. trying to find space in a mobile home park can be difficult to find due to their very high popularity, unless, of course, you own the park. Another option would be to find one to purchase from a mobile home park already, which in that case, the home setup is already going to be taken care of for you. And the fifth and final con is could be difficult in financing. Most banks and traditional lenders are reluctant a lot of times to offer financing for mobile homes, especially if you're not buying one with the land, as again, this is considered personal property. Most mobile home financing is perceived as a risk for banks due to how quickly they lose their value. However, since mobile homes can be purchased so cheap, you can often buy them without needing any type of bank financing. So now that we've covered all this, so if you are interested, how can you get started investing in mobile homes? Determine if you want to own a park that doesn't own the homes or one that does. That's the first thing you need to think of. If you want less headaches to deal with, then only charging lot rents would be probably your best option. A good place to start is by basically just contacting some of the local park owners to see how they handle rental situations in your area that you're potentially interested in. You're also going to want to get a good understanding of what typical lot rents are going for and what mobile homes are actually renting for in your area or the area that you're looking at. The mobile home sales process, it typically varies among different states. So you'll need to find out how the title is transferred from the seller to the buyer. You're also going to want to find out what sort of rental ordinances apply in your area. Most of the time, you'll have to purchase used mobile homes, and you can go on Facebook Marketplace or something like Craigslist. And it would actually be, which I recommend, a really good idea to find a mentor in the space so they can help walk you through finding deals, obtaining inspections, and setting the mobile homes up, and of course, finding tenants to put them in. Now, all of this I say is if the person wants to be a quote active investor. Now, if you're like me and you would rather go the passive route, there's actually groups out there that are putting mobile home park syndications together and mobile home park funds. Now, I'm currently in the process now of locating some of these for myself. Now, if you're an accredited investor and you want to know the ones that I eventually choose in the future, then click the link below this video to join the Passive Investor Circle. Now, speaking of mentors and real estate mentors, one of my go-to guys in the mobile home park space is actually a Louisiana native, Mr. Chris Rude. I sat down with him one-on-one and discussed exactly what's going on in the mobile home park space, how to get into it if you want to be an active investor, how to get into it if you want to be a passive investor. And if you want to take a look at my interview, check it out over here where he's going to make mobile home park investing great again. I'll see you over here with Chris.